Welcome, Otakus. Is I, Super Otaku Kami, coming back after a very, 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 very long break. I don't even want to call it a break. I actually was kind of done with making videos. Um, to just give a little background, if you were, some of my very small handful of people that watch my videos, I was just on real inconsistent schedule. um, my work schedule was a little bit different. It was just hard to really keep up with getting off work, coming home, trying to do things, and then do YouTube. And I kind of just gave up, to be honest with you. It just was a little too much. I couldn't handle it at the point in time. And now, I've been thinking it over. I've been doing some soul searching. Kind of ironic with with Adam Warlock coming around. And I'm definitely going to give this another shot. Try to be more consistent. And try to build up a good fan base. I do enjoy this. And I just, it was hard to give it up. And I obviously couldn't give it up. So, enough of the backstory of, my YouTubing. And let's get on to the matters at hand. So, on Friday, today's Monday, they announced, finally, confirmed it in a blog of Adam Warlock coming. Now, I'm not the biggest Adam Warlock fan. I read a bit about him when he was in Guardians of the Galaxy, which was pretty cool. And then he became Magus, I believe. That's like his evil version. And I definitely know in the 90s he was a huge character. I remember my friend when I was a kid who was really into the Infinity story. He always talked about Adam Warlock. He was a huge Adam Warlock fan. And I think even my dad, he had high praise from Adam Warlock. So definitely know he does have a great fan base. And people do like him. But in the early stuff, which really made people like him, like in the late 80s, 90s, I just wasn't my thing. I think it was really cool that they brought him in, especially I think they could have brought a lot of other people in. And I think it would have been a little bit cooler as if last year they brought him in to be like a counter towards Thanos. That would have been really cool. Being that, he's part of the Infinity Watch and then Thanos got the stones. So I think that could have been a cool dynamic. I don't know if the movies getting messed up kind of messed up that original timeline. I could definitely see that could have happened, with COVID of last year. But I'm happy he's here, and I want to go over it. Not gonna watch a Strike Time video. But so we're gonna start with his passive. So his passive is Avatar of Life. On spawn, applies Safeguard plus immunity to self and all Affinity Watch allies. If health is at full at the start of the match, revive once with 60% of this character's max health. Really cool and really strong. On revive, gain death proof, generation, defensive up, then clear all negative effects from self and all Infinity Watch allies. On turn, clear regeneration from all enemies. If any enemy had regeneration, apply regeneration for 2 turns to the most injured ally. When this character drops below 20% health, gain regeneration plus safeguard plus 2 deflects. When this character or any Infinity Watch ally gains death proof, apply safeguard to that character. If this character has 4 or more Affinity Watch allies, lower damage by 10% for all enemies. Then gain 30% max health. Infinity Watch allies gain 30% max health. Gain 30% armor. Infinity Watch allies gain 30% armor. So one thing I can say about this passive. One, it is a mouthful, and it's a lot. Like especially for Infinity Watch, he's gonna be a great asset. I'm pretty sure he's gonna really make that team very powerful. But something that I wish, him being a legendary character, as legendary as this and long as this passive is, I wish on spawn that it was apply safeguard to all allies and then apply safeguard plus immunity to all Infinity Watch allies. I really think that would have made him stand out as a legendary character. Now, don't get me wrong. I like on his turn, clear regeneration from all enemies. If the enemy had regeneration, apply regeneration for 2 turns to the most injured ally. I think that is a pretty cool mechanic to have. To help for him to be a plug and play character somewhat. But like all his safeguard only goes, and his passive only goes to Infinity Watch. So I kind of wish the on spawn apply safeguard was to all allies, and then it was plus immunity for all Infinity Watch allies. And then, which one else was it? Yeah, when this character or any Infinity Watch ally gains death proof, apply safeguard to that character. I wish that was to just all allies. I think if those 2 things would have changed, if you would have changed those 2, I think I would have been way more excited for this character as a standalone character. I think he's kind of fallen legendary on Jubilee, where now granted Jubilee, she can blind a lot, and I think that is cool, but she just doesn't have that presence really outside of the X-Men. But it's also cool because some of her stuff does work for X-Men. Not as much as more Astonishing X-Men, but I always, when I look at the legendary characters, I'm always looking to see what they bring to the team, they bring to the game outside of the established team. Like Doc Ock is an amazing character. When he's charged and on his turn, he's giving everybody adjacent to him speed up and deflect. Then he's guarding everybody from offense to down, and then he's giving everybody regeneration. Like he does so much for a team that he doesn't need to be with Sinister Six. He's just a great standalone character. And I think he was pretty much, the last, because I think, after him was Jubilee, and they've getting more to like this focused of, they're just legendary kind of for their team, but because he's bringing this new safeguard mechanic, which I think is really cool, but he's not, like, we gotta wait for more characters to really see the safeguard be applied. And I guess they really wanted to make this Infinity Watch team cool, but I think he could have really just added more to this shift in arena meta if that safeguard was applied to all allies on spawn. And especially, if you gain death proof, if he would put safeguard on. Because it would have been some sick combos seeing him with Cold Obsidian, gain those death proofs, and just getting all his boosts, and buffs. And then having safeguard on it where you just can't clear him. And he is just like a wall. Like, I just think they try to give us theory crafting, but then they limit us from theory crafting. And I think this was a character that could have really opened up a lot of theory crafting, and they missed the opportunity. But outside of that, really cool character. Like I said, Infinity Watch, I think they're going to be awesome. Ultimate, power overwhelming, energy cost 4 out of 6, apply safeguard to self and all Infinity Watch allies. Attack primary target for 420 damage, plus apply stun. Chain to one target within 2 spaces of the primary target for 370 damage, plus apply stun. This attack cannot be counterattacked. Really cool mechanic. I think this opens up for some newer characters later in the game, because I like the whole chained to one target within 2 spaces. So it's not necessarily just an adjacent. It's pretty much, if as long as the spacing is normal, if you attack the middle target, he's gonna attack anybody. So I think in the near future we're gonna see some probably like some more of this, and I think it's a nice, cool mechanic. I mean, I definitely love he can stun 2 people. That is pretty sick. But once again, the apply safeguard to self and all Infinity Watch. I just feel that right there should have been apply safeguard to all allies. That's it. Just take off the Infinity Watch, all allies. Once again, just making him super legendary, and yeah, I mean that's what we want. Because he seems like he's going to be really hard to get first time around unless you wail really hard. Okay, so a special, Enfeebling Blast, energy cost 5/5, attack target for 500 damage, plus apply ability block for 2 turns. Apply ability block to all enemy villain protectors for 2 turns. Apply disrupt it to all enemy protectors for 2 turns. This attack is unavoidable. Once again, this move right here really seemed like it was meant for the Black Order. So that's why I do think, due to movies and everything, that the timing, I think he really was supposed to be a hard counter to Black Order. Now, on another note, if this ends up being a defensive team, Black Order is still a very good top offensive war team. And if people are throwing him on defense, and he can pretty much, that he's going to be doing this, if he's on auto, if he's on war defense, he's doing this his first turn. And he's making Cold Obsidian just obsolete with ability block and disrupt on all protectors like right away. This kills. I mean, X-Men's not a top tier team anymore, but it will probably, as long as it sticks, kill Colossus. Really cool mechanic once again, and and this is also, if they're war defense, I know they're not the most wanted attack team, but skilled military, it will take away that spawn on Red Guardian, that spawn taunt. So yeah, this I mean, he has some really cool moves. I still think he does have a spot for being a standalone character, but I just think, I don't know, he's a new character. I wanted him to be, he didn't have to be Silver Surfer Kestrel strong, but it would have really been cool. Some of that stuff in the passive was safeguarding everybody. Then his basic, which is actually really cool. Attack primary target for 350 damage. Prolong the duration of all negative effects, and excluding ability block and stun by 1. Apply 2 bleed for 2 turns to the primary target. Now, what I want to see is how this works with Stryker. Because if he can apply negative effects for 2 turns by him having Stryker, meaning he attacks, he applies, he prolongs the duration of all negative effects, and then when he attacks again, he prolongs the duration of all negative effects on that Stryker attack. I mean, that is just and then if he applies 4 bleeds, I would probably have to roll back and say I understand why they didn't let him safeguard everybody and everything. But that Soul Mage Assault for his basic, it's gonna be beefy, it's gonna be annoying, and if any way he can get some kind of a assist or counters, I can see him being a very annoying character. And maybe he, now after reading that from passive up to basic, he might actually be, I don't know, I gotta play with him. But that basic is it's something special, because especially trying to, I'm ready to see what that does. And then I just completely skipped over his traits, which he's Hero, Cosmic, Mystic, Support, Infinity Watch, Legendary. And so as far as Mystic, as far as support, he comes off to me more of as a controller. I think he's more supportive for his the Infinity Watch, but as a standalone character, he definitely seems more controlling because he prolongs negative effects, and then he applies ability block, and then he stuns two people, and yeah, so yeah, he's gonna be pretty beefy, and then to get Adam Warlock, you're gonna need X Factor and Jubilee. I think the two easiest characters on that list so far, and two characters I have ready to unlock him are Jubilee and then Shatterstar. So I'm really excited to see how Polaris is going to be made farmable. I'm really excited to see how Shatterstar, even though I'm guessing he's going to go in the arena store. And then Multiple Man, I want to see what they do. I'm kind of hoping with Multiple Man that they throw him in the Blitz store, just because I think he's a very annoying character as a protector. But out of that team, I kind of think he's the weak link. I still like him. Don't get me wrong, but he really pretty much just protects, which he does a good job at. But the Dad Bros are just most likely, they're the heart of that team. Polaris actually just, definitely adds a lot. But those three, Polaris and the Dad Bros, they're crushing it. And then you just slap somebody on there like Kestrel or Silver Surfer, and yeah, it's a wrap. But I really want to see how you can get Longshot, Polaris, and Multiple Man. Because those are, like I said, three characters that I need to get up to 5 stars. And I definitely am interested in their release method, because I'm definitely going to push to get that 5-star Adam Warlock. Because after reading this out loud, I'm a little bit more excited for Adam Warlock. The next thing, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I wanted to talk a little bit about, because I've definitely gone over as long as I wanted to be on here. But Doom Raid. So, a lot of cool things are going to be happening pretty soon. And I believe it's it's right here. So I'm going to start at the bottom. Speaking of difficulty, the Doom 1 updates also include the addition of the raid difficulty and selector, which will have a reduced unlock requirement of completing Ultimate 7 at 60% instead of the usual 100%. This was a huge announcement. I think it's going to take a lot of stress off a lot of alliances, and make it a little bit easier to recruit for a lot of alliances. Because I definitely know, a lot of people want to be in people that are doing higher U7. And if you were like a casual alliance, or, you just had people that had busy lives, it was definitely hard to hit that 100%. And the 60% is definitely going to free that up. It's going to allow people to get up to, Ultimate 7.5. And it will definitely let people compete more towards those raid milestones. And I think it's just going to open up the floodgates for alliances to get some better recruits to fill up their alliances if you've been missing people or it's been hard to keep people around. And then, but the big thing of this in Doom Raids that's going to be coming up, and they put the first big update is that Doom Raids will be more thematically linked to Iso-8 as requirements to participate as additional rewards. Characters using the first 5 nodes of Doom 1 will need to be equipped with at least Iso-8 Green class level 4. Now, I think a lot of people are just skipping over the additional rewards part. Because Um, Doom raids have always, when they came out, they said it was for in-game players, so it's not meant for everybody. Um, and having level 4 is, I feel it's not that hard to get your characters to level 4. Now, to get your characters to level 5, I do kind of understand there's a grind there. But if they're giving additional rewards and those rewards can help get characters to level 5 easier, and if maybe they up some of the daily rewards to get a little bit more orbs for Iso-8, I don't think this will be the biggest issue. I was going through my roster a little bit, and I definitely noticed, my main characters and like some of my main teams, they're all 4 or 5 already. My symbiotes are all 4 and 5. My astonishing X-Men are all 4 and 5. Then I have a bunch of characters sprinkled out. Zemo's I think 4. Kestrel, Silver Surfer are 5. So it's just like the people that need to be 5 are 5. And then characters that see fit I made 4. So I don't see this as the biggest issue, especially that me and my alliance aren't even in Doom Raid, and there's still time to come. So I think everybody's kind of fussing a little too early, and especially with time. We have time. I don't know if this is gonna be, if Doom Raid 1 is gonna be ready soon as the update comes, which could be this week or next week. Most likely, I think next week. But it's just I'm just not up. I am not understanding the uproar, and I kind of am interested to see just how this unfolds. Now, once it comes out, and if it is very crippling and very difficult, then I will definitely voice. But from first look, I don't see the problem, so I'm not understanding the big uproar. Now, if you guys think I'm just blind or whatever that case may be, definitely drop down some comments in the comments. But I'm not seeing the big deal. It's in-game material, and this is going to be working towards getting Iso-8 blue. So meaning, I see like after a month of doing this, and if the rewards are decent enough, we're going to be working on Iso-8 blue. So Doom Raid 1, I think once you start getting blue on your characters, it's probably going to become easy. So, I don't know. I think everybody just needs to kind of take a step back, breathe, and wait to see what happens. But outside of that, like I said, I'm going to stop here because I definitely talked a little bit more, and I got way more into Adam Warlock than I expected. Yeah, I'm back. I'm going to try to do 2 to 3 videos a week. And like my channel. Probably not going to disappear for 4 months again. Hopefully not. And check me out. I'll be on Twitter mostly. And or you'll see me if you're in some Facebook groups on Facebook. I post in there every now and then. But follow me. I have a lot of passion for this game, and I will love to share my knowledge. Any questions, you can always reach me on Twitter. And have a great one. Everybody be safe and have fun. All right, everything's starting to open up around the world in the U.S. Get out there and just be safe, cautious of others, and enjoy yourselves. All right, peace out.